Good evening, students. I welcome you all to today's webinar. My name is Mohit Alawat. I am the program head of Sure Shot Mains Test Series. And in today's webinar, in today's class, we will see what are the major challenges that the students are facing and how, if you are a serious aspirant, what are the things that you can do to save your attempt, the upcoming attempt of 2026, right? So without any further ado, if you have any doubt, if you have any query, you can write in the comment section, right? I will take all of your queries in the end, and you can follow along through the comment section, right? And first of all, please tell me, am I audible or not? That is the first question that I want to ask all of you, that am I audible or not? Good evening, Devian Singh. Good evening. Yes, ex-student discounts are given, so we will discuss that later. But please tell me, am I audible? Thank you, Patil. Thank you so much. So without any further ado, let's begin. And first, we will see what are the challenges that the aspirants are facing these days, or at this stage of your preparation. It is October 3rd, and what we have exactly 7 months before prelims 2026, and after that we will have around 2 months. If you leave 1 week after the prelims exam and 1 week before the mains exam, then you will have 2 months only for mains preparation. So in that limited time, what you can do to prepare in a systematic manner and to get a good rank, right? So let's without any further ado, let's begin. First, we will see the problems that aspirants are facing, right? So one of the biggest problem, one of the first problems, and it is the biggest problem, is lack of execution. Problem number 1, right? So this is the biggest problem, right? Anywhere you go on YouTube, you meet any teacher, you meet any mentor, you watch so many classes, so many strategy sessions. Everywhere you find newer strategies, different strategies. Every topper is suggesting you anything. You yourself use your brain most of the time, right? And you have so many strategies, so many strategies. And every day student is waking up, they want to see what is the strategy, what can I do, give me that ramban strategy so that I can qualify this examination in the very first attempt. मैं ऐसा क्या करूं कि एक ही बार में बस एग्जाम हो जाए, right? So we all, as human beings, not only you, so students by their own nature, for because you are human beings, you want clarity, and in search of that clarity you are running after one strategy and then different strategy and then different strategy. But what it does actually, it takes your effort from execution, right? You are making strategies, you are making plans, you have everything, you are listening to mentors, listening to toppers, but you are lacking in execution, right? Why so? Because when we plan about something, when we strategize about something, what happens is we think a lot about that thing, right? So it is the thought process. So when you are thinking about something, now psychologically, if I am thinking about something, what it does to me, if I'm thinking about something that I will be, then in that case will not be able to do that thing, right? So tell me, how many of you think about clearing this examination? How many of you think about following a particular timetable, following a particular strategy, following completing your syllabus, making your notes? How many of you do that? And in that thought process, just because you overthink, a lot, you are not able to execute your plan, you're not able to focus on doing the things. And why? Because if we think about something, we will not be able to do that thing. It is psychologically proven thing, right? So how many of you face this challenge? And this is the biggest challenge. Why? Because this planning, this strategy, right? And this this topper is suggesting that thing, those topper are suggesting those resources, this mentor is suggesting this resource. So what this does actually, this thing has made you, or all of the students, an addict of planning, right? If you do not plan, if you do not strategize, your day is not complete without it, right? So the first thing that you have to do is focus more on execution and forgo your overthinking. You have to leave this habit of overthinking, right? when we used to read, let us say, modern history. In modern history, what we found that Britishers, they used carrot and stick policy, right? How many of you remember carrot and stick policy when you read, Spectrum? So Britishers used carrot and stick policies against moderates and extremists, right? So what was those things? What they did was they give a carrot, they give some reforms to the moderates, and then they tackle the extremists with very strong your high-headedness, right? So this policy you can learn a little bit about from Britishers, right? What you can do, use carrot and stick in your preparation, right? Stick is the execution. And if you completed, let us say, if you completed your targets today, if you completed a certain amount of studies today, then you get the right for the carrot. What is the carrot? To think about studies, to strategy, make strategy about studies, to make schedule about studies, all those things, right? So that thing, right, you have to, because I know it, you cannot, it would be very hard if I ask stop thinking and start doing. It would be very hard for you to do that. It is not literally possible for 99% of the students, right? Every day it is hard to leave that thought process, right? But you can delay that thought process. Say that if I completed, let us say, 8 hours of my studies today, then in the night I will make a new schedule or new planning. I will make my strategy. I will see, I will chart out the plan. How will I approach the studies in the coming week or in the coming month? But first, to do earn that right of making that chart or making that plan, I have to complete 6 to 8 hours of studies. So that is your stick, and that thought process is your carrot. But whatever you do, do not become an addict of overthinking. This overthinking game, this is killing all of your studies. You keep on thinking, and the end result is you are doing nothing. This leads to anxiety, sometimes depression, and then you blame yourself that it is me who did not study. But you could not recognize the root cause of the problem, right? So this execution problem is the biggest problem, I would say. That is why I put it in the very beginning, right? Then if we come to the second problem, that is confusion about prelims or mains or both. That at this stage, what should I do? Should I prepare for mains? Should I prepare for prelims? Or should I do both? Some people are working aspirants. They do not have time, let us say, even for prelims, or how they would do both the things. And many times, because there are many students who have failed prelims consecutively, because prelims is a very, very hard test. So they have failed prelims consecutively. So now they are worried that if they start preparing for mains, then their prelims will be left. So what should they do? How to balance the both? Right? So this is again a very important dilemma, very important challenge the students are facing, right? Another point is ignorance towards answer writing. This is, of course, not ignorance sometimes it is your compulsion as well. Why? Because you think that you are not prepared. And when you are not prepared about anything, what is the benefit of writing the answers, right? And this, that I am not prepared, that is why I am not writing the answers, this thing doesn't let you write the answers. Whenever you whenever you join a test series, mains test series, or you joined any program and you got the mains test series free with your foundation course, right? But ask yourself, how many tests did you write in that test series? Not more than 10%, maybe not more than 20%. Why? Because you always felt that you are not prepared. You always felt that your revision is not complete, your syllabus is not complete, your notes are not complete. Once every student thinks that once I have completed the notes, once I have done that, then I will start answer writing. But that is never the case. In UPSC, dear aspirants, please remember this. In UPSC, completing the syllabus is a myth. You ask last year's toppers, even if you ask, for example, Shakti Dubey, or if you happen to ask Aditya Srivastav, and you ask that how much syllabus did they complete? Were they able to complete 100% of the syllabus? They will say no, there is a lot to cover yet, even if they had gotten rank 1, right? So what is the trick then? The trick is you start answer writing, you start mains answer writing. I have seen many students, they can solve prelims questions. That is never their problem. Prelims question they can solve easily. That is never their problem. But when it comes to writing mains answer, their brain tells them, no, you are not prepared. There will be no benefit of writing this test because you are not prepared. Why won't be there any benefit? You tell me. If, let us say, you are writing a test of 20 questions, and out of all those 20 questions, you know the answer to all the questions, perfect answers, you know that. Then my point is, after writing that test, what will you learn from such a test? Zero, ziffer, nothing, nada. You will not learn anything because you knew all the answers perfectly, excellent answers, right? So mains answer writing practice is something which you learn by doing. It is like learning to drive a car, right? When how many of you know how to drive a car? Many of you know how to drive a car, right? But none of you, could you learn to drive a car just by reading the car manual or the brochure of the car? That, okay, this is the clutch, this is the brake, this is the gear, and I will follow these instructions, and then I will learn to drive the car. No, that has never happened. It takes certain amount of practice. After 1 month, 2 months, 3 months only, you learn to drive. And the same thing goes with answer writing. After certain amount of practice, you learn how to write good answers. And that feeling that I'm not prepared, that will never go away. That never goes away. That feeling goes away only by writing practice, right? And why writing practice is important? Because by writing, you learn more, you remember more, you memorize more. And that actually helps you in clearing prelims as well. Many students, they do not know how to, many of them, 99% do not know how to clear the prelims, right? Why? Because they are focusing too much on factual knowledge itself. It is the all-round conceptual knowledge. When you will start reading in integrated fashion, like prelims, mains, both, when you will start reading in integrated fashion, integrated manner, when you will be smart enough to integrate your prelims preparation along with mains preparation, only then you will be able to qualify prelims first and then mains first. How is it some people, they come in the very first attempt, they clear their prelims, they clear their mains, they get a very good rank? How is that possible? And on the other hand, you will find some other people who have been preparing for 2 years, 3 years, but they're not able to clear even prelims, or if they clear prelims, they're not able to clear mains, right? So because they are not utilizing whatever they are studying for prelims, they have to utilize it in mains. Whatever they are studying for mains, they have to utilize in prelims. None is separate. Both things, the whole studies are integrated whole. And once you look at the studies, look at this preparation from a whole point of view, from that integrated whole, from that point of view, then you will know, okay, it is easy, or if not easy, then with let us say certain amount of hard work, this examination is doable, right? Now moving forward to another challenge that students are facing, lack of strategy or schedule for GS. And now I should say not lack, plenty of strategy. Here the problem is problem of plenty. I was writing problem, but it is a mistake, right? So there are too many strategies for GS. There are too many strategies for preparation. Had there been only one strategy, no student would change that. Then there will be only one option, just implement it, right? Then you would not have the option to change that strategy in the next week or the next day or the next month. Had there been one strategy, many of you would have already become IAS, or would have, I can guarantee you, many of you would be on the path of becoming a civil servant. Had there been only one strategy. But it is the different ones for every, and you want to follow every topper strategy, right? Rank 1 said this, rank 3rd said this, rank 10th said this, FLA mentor said this, FLA mentor said this. So all of these things, what they are creating too much noise in your brain. They're creating too many confusion, right? So you have to, cut the clutter. You have to get away from that noise, right? Just follow one plan, stick to one thing. And that one thing is doing sincere studies for around 8 or 6 hours every day. If any serious aspirants who is doing sincere studies around 8 hours, and no matter what you study, if until it is related to the examination only, you will slowly find your way into clearing the exam, right? There are more than 1,000 strategies. There are more than 1,000 strategies, and all of them are equally correct. The problem lies not in the strategies. The problem lies in not following them. So again, you have to focus. Students focus 90% on the strategy and 10% on execution. And this ratio of 90-10, this should be inverted. Focus 90% on execution part. Right? Even if you are a working person, even if you are a full-time student, right? Or you are a veteran or you're a fresher, if you are able to dedicate 6 to 8 hours, sooner or later, you will clear this examination. Condition, you have to focus on execution part. You have to focus on the doing part, right? And another problem that many students are facing is that their notes are not prepared, right? So they don't know what happens there if the notes are not prepared. The notes are not prepared, right? So what happens in that case? Then students go to the market. They buy coaching notes. That, sir, give me yellow book, or give me this topper's notes, give me that topper's notes, give me this notes. There are so many, and market is flooded with notes, flooded with short notes, one pager notes, and all kind of notes, and their names are so fancy, their names are so attractive. Once you look at those notes, you would want to have them, even if you will not read them, or even if you will read them, they would be hardly any beneficial, right? Their names are so fancy that they attract you towards them, and you end up, even if you don't want to, even if you don't need, you end up buying them, right? So you have to get away from all of that. Start preparing either your own notes, or if you are someone who doesn't prepare notes, then start following only one source. It can be notes, it can be standard books, it can be your home class notes, it can be any coaching material, but only one resource. Multiplicity of the resources, my dear aspirants, is a recipe for failure. And let me repeat it. Multiplicity of the resources is a recipe for failure. You have to tell yourself that that's it, one resource. Even if that resource does not cover 100%, no single resource will cover 100% of the syllabus. But you do not need to cover 100% of the syllabus to qualify this examination. If 100% of the syllabus coverage was needed, then the cutoff would not go 50%, or even prelims in less than 50%, around 45%. In mains, it's around 50%, right? So if that is the case, that certainly means that you do not need to master each and everything. What you need to master the high-yielding topics. Those high-yielding topics which give you 80% of the marks. Right? And those high-yielding topics will be covered in any resource, right? Just follow one. Do not look for multiple resources. It will take double the time, and the result will be, the fruits or the productivity will be half, right? Now, moving forward. Yes. Another problem that the students are facing is lack of good content, even on basic topics given in the syllabus, right? And this is because most of you, many of the students, what is happening is that they have not prepared good content even on the topics mentioned in the syllabus. They buy any book or buy any notes and start reading those without reading the syllabus. And I'm pretty sure that how many of you, please tell me, how many of you remember, or how many of you are able or have been able to memorize the whole UPSC syllabus? The GS 4 papers are GS, and there is prelims syllabus. How many of you remember that? Give that answer to me in the chat. I'm pretty sure it would be only 1 or 2% people who remember the UPSC syllabus, who memorize the UPSC syllabus. That syllabus actually guides you what to read, what not to read. That syllabus actually propels you towards preparing good content on the topics which are repeatable in nature, right? That syllabus gives you what? It gives you the theme on which UPSC keep asking again and again, and you're not able to recognize. Why? Because you have ignored the syllabus itself. right? So memorize the syllabus and then start preparing these basic concepts, even the basic topics like poverty, inequality, the topics which are directly mentioned in the syllabus, right? So social issues, so on those topics at least you should have a very good content. And by very good content, again, I do not mean that you go and do a research on each topic. Just follow one resource, one good book, one standard resource, or any coaching material, any coaching notes, or your own notes, or any topper's notes. Just one resource, and that would be enough, right? And another problem, while they start answer writing, I told you that they do not start answer writing because they feel that they are not prepared. And if someone has started answer writing, then the problems during answer writing, they do not understand the demand. This is biggest problem. I am, everyone thinks, every aspirant thinks that they understood the demand of the question, but only 10% of them understand. 90% hardly, never they ever completely understand the demand. Either they will miss one core demand or they will miss some non-core demand, and that is why they are not able to properly structure the answer. And structuring of the answer, I do not mean introduction, body, conclusion. All of you know that. By structuring of the answer, I mean that which part should be written first, which part should be written later, and which point should be written first, the prioritization of point as well, right? So it goes way beyond than your introduction, body, and conclusion format, right? And then speed and time management. And time management during answer writing, not only during answer writing, right? I'm not talking about time management during answer writing, that you started writing the answer and you could not complete it in 3 hours, the whole paper, 20 questions. That will happen in the beginning. In the beginning, you will take 4 hours, 4.5 hours, sometimes even 5 hours, right? But the time management in general, you're not able to manage your time efficiently with economy so that you can utilize it for proper preparation. Why? Because what happens is, for those people who could not go through the prelims this time, what happened? They thought, okay, we have a lot of time, right? So they started again a different strategy. This time I will prepare thoroughly, I will leave no stone unturned. That is what went through their brain, that I will prepare very thoroughly, I will leave no stone unturned. And in that case, they took up too many resources, wasted too much time, right? So you do not, and time management says that you do not have to waste time, right? So, and there is another thing about time management, and that is Parkinson's law. How many of you heard about Parkinson's law? Please tell me in chat, how many of you have heard about Parkinson's law? Nana Goda, have you heard about Parkinson's law? How many of you have heard about Parkinson's law? So Parkinson's law states that work expands to fill the time. Work expands to fill the time. It means if you can do something in 2 hours, but if I give you 10 hours to do that thing, that simply means now you won't complete that 2-hour job before 10 hours, right? So when we have too much time on our hands, that translates into wasting of too much time. Then if let us say, if I give you 3 years to prepare for civil services, but civil services preparation can be done in 7 to 8 or maybe 1 year, let us say. Now, just because you have been given 3 years, you won't be able to complete your preparation before 3 years, even though the job was only of 1 year, right? If I give you to finish a paper within 3 hours, you can do that in 3 hours. But if I give you 10 hours, then you will not be able to complete it before 10 hours. Because that is in human nature, that we postpone things, we delay things. We think that, Arey, abhi to bahut time hai, and there is a lot of time till the deadline. We always try to meet the deadlines only. We complete the things only on the deadlines, right? And that is the mistake that you make while managing your time into this preparation, because you will start preparing only on the deadline, that only 3 months are remaining, only 4 months are remaining, now let me start, otherwise I won't be able to complete the syllabus at all. And before that, you will keep on wasting your time, right? Yes, Berlin, it is possible to clear the exam, and we will come on to that part also, right? So always remember the Parkinson's law, and that says that work expands to fill the time. And remember, if something can expand to fill the time, then it can contract also to fill the time, right? So the trick here is you always give yourself less time to complete something. Let us say you have to do polity, and you what students do, okay, I will do polity in 1 week, right? Why not you give yourself a target of completing polity in 2 days? You can always give 1 week if you are not able to complete in 2 days, right? Am I making sense? Keep a target of completing history in 3 days. You can always give more time if you are not able to complete in 3 days. Why to give more time in the beginning itself? Don't do that, right? Always remember, the lesser the time you have, the you push yourself more. If you have less time, you push yourself more. Your efficiency is better, your speed is better if you have less time. So always keep in mind. And this is how the human body, human brain, human actions work in real life. Moving forward, now to all of these, the solution that lies to all of these problems is the program is Mains Camp 2026. I will explain why this program, right? Why Mains Camp 2026? Because first thing is you will only get 2 months after prelims, right? You will only get 2 months after prelims. You are not getting any more time after prelims. So if your mains is not ready by December or January, you have to prepare your mains by December or January, and you have to have a good command over your mains. Only then you have a realistic chance of qualifying UPSC 2026, right? So only 2 months after prelims. In those 2 months, you won't be able to have a good command over 4 GS papers, essay paper, optional paper, ethics paper, language papers, right? They are UPSC over the course of years. What they are doing, they are reducing the time gap between prelims and mains, and this time only around 2 months, because you can leave on 24th of May prelims is there, so leave 1 week. You are not going, and nobody is going to start their preparation again before 1st June, and mains start from 8th of August. So those first 7 days of August again do not count those, right? So if we leave 7 days of August, 7 days of May, last 7 days of May, and first 7 days of August, then you have only 2 months, that is June and July, right? So that is why preparing for mains right now, getting mains ready by December or by January 2026 or by December 2025 is so sine qua non for your success. It is non-negotiable right now. And if you have not done anything, or if you are not prepared, or if you are half prepared, ill prepared, then it is the time. Start without wasting. Another thing is that there is limited flexibility. Limited flexibility in the mains camp test series. The flexibility is given, but it is very limited. What happens in the traditional test series? Unlimited flexibility is given to the students. Now what student will do, if the unlimited flexibility is given and you can write till, let us say, mains 2026, you can write all of your test till August 2026, then what student will do? The test is today in October 23rd, but the student will say, okay, I will write it next week, then I will write it next week, then I will write it next week. They will keep postponing it day after day, week after week, and then in the end they won't write at all. So that does not work in your favor. Now you need some rigidity, right? You need some deadline, that okay, I missed one test, now I cannot afford to miss another, right? So flexibility is there. You can write the test. If you are not able to write today, you can write it tomorrow, you can write it day after tomorrow. 2 days flexibility is given, and that is more than enough, right? If you are not able to write today, you can write tomorrow, you can write day after tomorrow. 2 days flexibility is more than enough. Why? Because the essence of mains camp, what is the essence? Essence is discipline. Essence is discipline. It is the discipline that will lead you to qualify this examination. The focus is on discipline, the big D, discipline. This is what we want to inculcate into the students. If you are not disciplined students, then this program is not for you. If you are someone who have so many excuses of not writing the test, this program is not for you. If you are someone who really wants to learn how to write answers, if you are someone who really wants to qualify the exam, qualify the next attempt in UPSC 2026, then this program is for you, right? So this is not for those who want flexibility. This is for all your life. You have been ruined by flexibility, right? So limited flexibility is given, that within 2 days, within 3 days, you can write the test. But after that, you will not get any chance. If that flexibility is given unlimited, then I'm guaranteeing you 99% of you will not write. You will never write. You will just come here, give the fee, give the money, and will not write the test. So the point of this examination is to infuse a little bit of discipline. And along with discipline will come progress. Along with discipline, your performance, your preparation will become better, right? Now let us see, because of these problems, the mains camp 2026 has been launched. The target is to clear your, to make your mains preparation, get you mains ready by this year's end. That is the target. Okay, so we will see how we achieve that. And if again in upcoming slides also, I will be telling so many more knowledgeable things to you. I'll be sharing everything, right? So why? Because it has 3 phases. You start slow. You start writing 5 most probable questions every day. That's from where we start. We start slow. We are writing 5 questions every day. And just after the test, there will be live discussions. And with whom? The question is live discussion, but with whom? With subject experts and rankers. Rankers will be taking these sessions. Who else is better to tell you how to clear this examination than anyone who has already cleared it? Rankers are an active part of this program. Those of you who have joined our program mains camp 2025, they know that. They know that many rankers, even Shakti Dubey rank 1 was the part of the program. Many other rankers were part of the program. They were taking discussions of every day. You will be writing 5 questions. And just after the 5 questions, there will be a discussion of each and every question with rankers, with subject experts. Senior faculties and rankers will be taking these discussions, right? Then we go to the phase 2, and there you will be writing half-length tests. There you will be writing half-length tests, right? Not full length. From 5 questions, now we have graduated into half-length tests, right? Again, just after the test, discussion will be there by rankers and senior faculties, right? And then phase 3, you will be writing simulation of the real examination. You will be writing full-length question test, and not only full-length test, but in real exam-like conditions. You will be writing 2 tests in a day, GS1 and GS2 on one day, and GS3 and GS4 on the next day. That will give you a feeling, an experience of writing mains examination before you start, or before you jump start your prelims preparation, right? Another thing is, there will be strategic sessions by rankers and senior faculties. These strategic sessions, rankers will tell you why. These strategic sessions by rankers, why? Because they will tell you how to prepare each topic, in which manner, what to write in notes, how to make notes, what are the templates, and what they chose to write in a particular answer, and why they wrote that thing in that answer, right? Because everybody is writing the answer, but why topper is writing certain type of content in their answer, and why those people who are not toppers, they are writing different content. So what is their thought process? how they build the answer, how they decipher the answers. So in these strategic sessions, they will be discussing these things. And then there will be templates and most probable topics, most probable themes that you should prepare, that will not only help you in prelims but in mains as well, right? And one-to-one mentorship. Now this one-to-one mentorship, who will be taking the mentorship? Again, rankers are again part of one-to-one mentorship. This one-to-one mentorship is again, rankers are part of the team, right? So you can fix your one-to-one mentorship sessions. You can book your one-to-one mentorship sessions with rankers and get to know what is their thought process. You can get their opinion on your preparation, right? So that the effort is that you do not get misguided. There are so many programs in the market, but why this? Because rankers are an active part of this program, among other things. Moving forward, so what this program will lead? This program will actually build your consistency. Now, why consistency is important? And now this is a very important part. This is a very important part that I will be sharing with you. Why consistency is so important. Why? Although we will have scientifically designed schedule, we will give you regular feedback, consistent improvement, this will lead to good rank. Why I came to this topic? To show you two examples. And what are those examples? Let us see. First example is Shakti Dubey. What Shakti Dubey did, she wrote so many tests, right? But are you looking at the score here? Is it visible? 71 marks here, 78 marks, 80, 82, right? These are the marks that Shakti Dubey scored in her first four tests. Her marks were in the range of 70s and 80s. But you look here. How many? 114. So through the course of these, she wrote so many tests. On the course of her journey, because she was consistent, and along with being consistent, she got good feedback and she improved herself with that good feedback, right? Shakti Dubey was part of our short program. And this mains camp is again a program of a short team only, right? The same team. So because of that, she was able to score 114. That shows her consistency. And this turns into a good rank, right? Another example, we will see example of Kanika Nab. Now, who's Kanika Nab? Kanika Nab is our beloved topper of IFOS, Indian Forest Service. Indian Forest Service rank 1. Indian Forest Service AIR 1. She is Kanika Nab, right? She again was part of our program, our test series, Vajiram, right? So if you look here, she scored only 57 marks in first test. 57. And you look at the last test, she was able to score 116.25. And here, 57. So that journey of almost doubling her marks, 57 to 116, it's more than double, right? It's more than double. How was she able to do that? 1, she was consistent. 2, she had very good feedback. 3, she worked on that feedback. You have to implement, you have to work on that feedback given to you. You have to leave your ego behind and say, okay, this is the person who is telling me, this person is an expert in his area, so let me listen to that person and let me implement those things. Okay, so these things, they build consistency, and along with consistency, along with good guidance, you get a very good rank, right? Now, moving forward, through this program, you will definitely learn, as I have emphasized before, you will be learning from rankers insights, right? I have told you this before. So we will move forward. Now, why this mains camp? Why not any traditional test series? Why this mains camp? I told you, traditional test series, one thing is unlimited flexibility. That unlimited flexibility means postponement after postponement, and you will not write tests. And if you won't write tests, you won't see any progress. You won't see any progress. You will keep waiting for perfect preparation. You will keep waiting for perfect preparation, right? And that perfect preparation will never come. That will never come. So unlimited flexibility is a bane to you, not a boon. So here, limited flexibility, you will be giving 2 days, and within those 2-3 days, you have to write the test. Then immediate feedback. What happens if you write in a traditional test series? That feedback you receive your checked evaluated answer copy after a week. By that time, you have forgotten what you had written. But here, just after writing the test, immediately after 10 minutes, we are starting the discussion, the post-test discussion of the test, which is taken by rankers, senior faculties. So you learn from the very best, right? Then no conflict between your schedule and test series schedule. Why? Why is that? Because the idea of this program, whatever you are studying, the idea of this program is to make your writing habit, your writing style, or your writing schedule independent of your studies. Once the linkage has been broken, because most of the time what happens, your writing practice depends on your preparation only, depends on your studies only. First I will finish that topic, only then I will learn. This is the pattern I've been following from school, from colleges, and you are not wrong, you have been doing that. But here in UPSC, you have to break that pattern, because syllabus will never get completed. So the preparation of any topic and the writing practice goes hand in hand. It goes simultaneously. Another thing is, before any test, before you start writing test, every weekend, you will be writing test on every day, and on every weekend, we will have sessions, we will have brainstorming sessions where experts and senior faculties and rankers, they will teach you how to write answers. They will teach you how to make notes. Every weekend there will be Zoom sessions. Every weekend rankers will teach you how to make notes, how to prepare one topic, how to let us say follow resources, which resources to be followed. All those things you can ask your questions as well, right? Live group discussions and guidance from toppers. So that is why it breaks the monotonous traditional test series, right? Now moving forward, and most importantly, the focus of this program is on execution. What lacks in your preparation? Tell me, is it the strategy that is lacking? You are looking for strategy after strategy, but no, this is not what it is lacking. Execution is lacking, right? Why? Because you have found so many mentors, you have found so many toppers who told you how to strategize, and you are doing that, but you found no one, no coaching, no teacher, no mentor, no topper, no program which focuses on execution. Now this is first of its kind revolutionary program which focuses on execution itself, right? Whatever strategy you are following doesn't matter. Execution is what we will be doing, and this execution, this thing only will get you a good rank, right? Moving forward, now some of the questions that student ask. Evaluation of answers in the first phase. Will my answer be evaluated? Because after the test, you will be having discussions with toppers and senior faculties. So will my answers get evaluated? Yes, your answers will also get evaluated. You will get evaluation there. You will submit your copy within 3-4 days, up to maybe 5 days it might take, but you will get your evaluated copy with answer, with marks properly given, feedback properly given, right? And before your evaluation, you can come with your copy, you can discuss your answers with the rankers, you can discuss your answers with the mentors, you can discuss your answers with the experts, right? Involvement of toppers. How? Okay, because many programs you will find in the market, they will say that this is topper led program, toppers are involved here. But what kind of involvement is there? What kind of involvement of topper is there? So toppers are involved at every stage. Toppers are involved. If you book one-to-one mentorship, toppers are available there. If you are having post-test discussion, toppers are available there. If you are having Zoom session discussion, toppers are available there. If you are having let us say your answer is getting evaluated, in our evaluation team, toppers are there. Many toppers are in our evaluation team. So toppers are involved at every step. At every step, toppers are involved. At every step, you name it, and you have good guidance, right? Bar none, the best guidance ever, right? Will I get one pager notes? Because time is less, right? Although we will teach you how to make notes, we will teach you how to brainstorm, we will teach you how to identify probable topics, we will teach you how to analyze PYQs, what are the themes that you should be looking at. But along with that, we will also be giving you one pager mains smasher notes. One pager mains smasher notes we will be giving you, so that 90% of your topics, 90% of your note making job is done through these main smasher one pager notes, right? Will I get one-to-one mentorship in first phase? Yes, from the beginning of the first phase also, you will get one-to-one mentorship. Definitely you will get. So now this was it. This was from my side. I will take some of your questions now. You can ask me all of your doubts, whatever doubts you have, please ask me. Then we will, I will answer your questions. Berlin, sir, is this program for people who have done syllabus once? Berlin, this program is for those who are not able to write. Completion of syllabus is not a requirement. The completion of syllabus will come along with the test. The target of this program, the main purpose of this program, to complete your syllabus through test series, right? Even if someone who has not completed their syllabus, they will, by the end of the program, they will complete their syllabus. Those who have completed their syllabus, by the end of their program, they will be writing good answer, great answers. Those who have written mains, by the end of the program, their answer will be on different level. So this program is definitely, if you have completed your syllabus, it is for you. If you have not, even then it is for you. Whether there is a, yes, pre-test discussion, those Zoom sessions, we will be discussing the upcoming test. In Zoom sessions, in weekend, there will be Zoom sessions, right? So on those Zoom sessions, I would not say that these are pre-test, but those I would call it brainstorming and extracting PYQ themes. Those are master classes on every topic. And in those classes, what you will get, you will know what are the themes which UPSC repeat again and again. You will know what can I do to prepare this topic in the shortest possible time, which resources should I follow, which templates should I use in answer writing. Most of the time, many times students say that, sir, how to write an answer of which I, how to write an answer to the question which I do not know, right? Those techniques to write an answer to a question which you do not know how to write, break down the keywords, break down the directive words, break it into points, break it into dimensions. That breaking of keywords into points, into dimensions, that is what we will be teaching you there, and that will be done topic wise, subject wise. So by pre-test, if you mean that, yes, they are there. Java, I'm so sorry, it is not in Hindi medium. Sir, now I am first year of BSc Agriculture. How I have to prepare? Nanagoda, you can start by reading basic books, right? But along with that, join some test series or some programs, so that your consistency and discipline, they, so that you can make consistency and discipline as well, right? Any other doubt? Niche leke aane. Yes, okay. So I think we are done here. Thank you for watching me. It was a pleasure meeting you all. And if you have any doubt, you can come to Vajiram Ravi if you are in Delhi. And if you are outside, you can book your mentoring session online. You can talk to me personally. My name is Mohit Alawat, or our team, Biren sir is there, Sachi Sharma, who's ranked 550, she is there, Shoaib IRS, he is there. There are many brilliant people are there in the team to guide you properly, to guide you in the right manner. So thank you for joining, and this is it. Have a good day. God bless you all. Thank you.